If you feel lost, this might be the moment that changes everything. Not because life gets easier, but because you finally stop letting your mind drift without direction. Right now, you're surrounded by noise. Not just sound, but distractions fighting for your attention every second of the day. And you've probably felt it. That sense of being pulled, like you're always busy but nothing gets done. That's not an accident. That's a system built to keep you unfocused. But your mind isn't broken. It's just untrained. Let's change that, starting now. Step 1. Focus is not free. Your attention has value, real value, but most people give it away without even noticing. Every tap on your screen, that's a transaction. Every random scroll, another withdrawal. And the ones benefiting, it's not you. You wake up with a limited supply of mental energy. If you spend it on distractions, don't be surprised when you feel too drained to do the things that matter. The solution is simple. Treat attention like money. Don't waste it. Use it wisely. Spend it on learning, on thinking, on creating. The more focused your mind becomes, the stronger it gets. Let silence return. Let your mind breathe. Boredom isn't a problem. It's space. It's the blank canvas where your best ideas begin. Your brain is like a muscle. Give it a chance to recover, and it gets sharper. Step 2. You are not what pops into your head. Not every thought deserves a reaction. The brain produces noise. That's what it does. You'll get ideas, urges, fears, and not all of them are worth following. You don't need to argue with them. You just need to notice them. Think of each one like a visitor. You don't have to invite them in. The desire to quit? Just a visitor. That voice saying you're not good enough? Another one. The urge to check your phone for no reason? Let it pass. You don't have to fight your impulses. Just don't follow them. This is where your power begins. Right between the moment something triggers you and the moment you choose what to do. Most people react instantly, but you can pause. You can choose. That's real freedom. You'll notice something. The more you resist acting on random thoughts, the less power they have over you. Your brain isn't the enemy. It just needs direction. And that starts with observing, without obeying. Now that you've started to reclaim your attention, it's time to set your brain up to work with you, not against you. Because here's the truth. If you don't choose what to focus on, the world will choose for you. And the world rarely chooses what's best for you. Step 3. Let structure guide you. It's easy to assume that freedom means doing whatever you feel like. But if that's your compass, you'll spin in circles. Freedom without structure becomes chaos. Look at anyone who's disciplined, calm, and successful. They're not winging it. They don't make every choice on the spot. They've built systems. They decide once, then follow through daily. That's structure. Not a rigid schedule, not a prison, just a pattern that supports your direction. Wake up at a set time. Decide your priorities the night before. Work in focused blocks. Take breaks on purpose, not out of habit. When your environment is scattered, your mind follows. But when your day has rhythm, your thoughts settle. Don't wait for motivation to arrive. It rarely shows up when you need it. Instead, let your routine pull you forward, even on days when energy is low. This isn't about being perfect. It's about reducing friction. Make it easier to do what matters and harder to fall off track. Step 4. Actions shape identity. Here's something most people miss. What you do daily isn't just about results. It's about identity. Every choice casts a vote. You're not just completing tasks. You're becoming someone. Scroll for hours and you're casting votes for the distracted version of you. Skip workouts and you reinforce the version that avoids challenge. But choose the harder path and you become the person who doesn't back down. You don't have to change your whole life overnight. Just make small choices that point you in the right direction. You're not aiming to be perfect. You're aiming to be consistent. The more you act in line with the person you want to be, the more that version becomes real. This isn't fake it till you make it. It's show up until it sticks. You've learned to guard your attention and choose structure over noise. Now comes the real shift, choosing how you respond to life. Most people spend their days reacting. A message pops up. They reply. A headline appears. They click. A craving hits. They follow it. And before they know it, the day's gone. Not built, borrowed. But when you shift from reacting to acting with intention, everything changes. You stop being dragged by the current. You start steering. Step 5. Pause. Before you respond. This one idea can reshape your entire day. The space between what happens and how you react is where your power lives. Someone cuts you off? Pause. You feel a wave of self-doubt? Pause. The urge to check your phone? Pause. In that pause, you remember, you always have a choice. You can respond with clarity instead of emotion. You can wait, reflect, then act, not lash out or drift mindlessly. This pause gives you control over your mood, your focus, your time. And like any muscle, The more you train it, the stronger it gets. Step 6. Make boredom your creative break. Most people try to escape boredom. They see it as wasted time. But boredom is not the problem. It's a signal. It means your brain is ready to create instead of consume. Give it space. Don't rush to fill every quiet moment. Don't drown silence with sound. That stillness is where ideas grow. That pause is where your mind reconnects with purpose. Some of your clearest thinking will come when you stop chasing stimulation and let your brain breathe. Step 7. Begin living on purpose. The goal isn't to control every second. It's to stop wasting them. You don't need a perfect plan, just a real one. Decide how you want to spend your energy. Decide what matters. Then start living like those decisions mean something. Wake up, write down your priorities, and give your attention to what deserves it. You're not here to chase every trend or please every person. You're here to grow, create, lead, and most of all, live with purpose. When you start doing that, you don't just survive your days. You shape them.